a busy place behind the scenes at a restaurant. Whether frying up a batch of fries or grilling a burger, it's a never ending job for hardworking people like you. At the end of the day, your hard work in the kitchen creates a lot of used fats, oils, and grease that has to be wiped up, cleaned up, and thrown out. So, where do fats, oils, and grease come from? Fats are found in dairy products like butter and ice cream. Oil is found in woks and kettles, but also in products like salad dressings and mayonnaise. Grease comes from cooking meats. All of these leftovers from the grill, prep area, and even the dairy case should never be poured down or washed down the sink or floor drain because those greasy remains eventually build up and clog the sewer. To show you what happens, let's go underground. Over time, grease poured down the drain hardens and starts to coat the inside of the pipe. As it accumulates, the grease slows down the water flow to a trickle. Eventually, the entire line is blocked. That blockage can cause untreated sewage to spill over onto the ground or back up into people's homes and businesses. These overflows can cause environmental hazards that damage our creeks and waterways. The overflow also has to be cleaned up, and the block lines have to be cleared. That costs a lot of money for specialized equipment and crews. It also costs expensive regulatory fines resulting from the spill. Also, the improper disposal of kitchen byproducts can interfere with the proper operation of Jefferson County's water reclamation facilities, putting them in jeopardy of violating permits. As you can see, simply washing these pollutants down the drain can cause a lot of problems that are hard to clean up and expensive to pay for. Because of the ongoing problems created by discharging fats, oils, and grease into Jefferson County's water reclamation system, food service facilities are required by law to do everything possible to keep those materials out of the sewer. Over the next few minutes, we want to show you the best ways to dispose of used fats, oils, and grease to make sure your restaurant stays in compliance. First, some background. The Jefferson County Department of Environmental Services is divided into 4 divisions which maintain over 3,100 miles of sewer lines. The Administration Division manages day-to-day operations of the sanitary sewer system. The Maintenance and Construction Division handles repairs, build new lines, conduct line inspections, and deal with sewer line complaints and emergencies. Jefferson County's Environmental Services Department operates Barton Lab, one of the state's largest environmental laboratories. Here, technicians conduct thousands of tests each year to monitor water quality and ensure the county meets all federal and state environmental regulations. A major part of the work done at Barton Lab is verifying the reclaimed water released by our facilities will sustain the quality of water in our streams and rivers. The Treatment Plant Division operates 9 water reclamation facilities across the county, serving a population of almost 600,000 people. The Valley Creek facility located near Bessemer has the most capacity, designed to handle 65 million gallons of wastewater a day. Village Creek, located near Inslee, is the second largest reclamation facility in the system. It's designed to control 60 million gallons of sewage a day. This facility also handles grease collected from food service facilities. Here, specialized equipment holds the grease waste, breaking it down into small particles the facility can handle. When grease doesn't go through this process and enters the sewer system improperly, it can lead to a sanitary sewer overflow. These overflows cause environmental hazards that result in costly fines and long-term cleanups. The leading cause of these overflows are food service operations that deposit fats, oils, and grease directly into the sewer system. That is why the Grease Control Program requires all food service entities to provide this training to its workers. The first and most obvious way to keep grease out of your pipes is simple. Never pour fats and grease down a sink or floor drain. Instead, use a container to hold the used grease. To avoid spills, throw away the containers before they get full. Second, avoid dumping leftover food into a disposal. Food scraps should be collected into a garbage bin, then discarded. When it's time to clean up, use dry methods to prepare pots and pans for washing. That means scraping or wiping food residue directly into the trash. Use food-grade paper towels to wipe out the remaining oil and then drop into the trash. Paper towels can also be used to clean up spills around fryer baskets and work areas. Here are a couple of reminders for the dishwashing area. Use the lowest approved temperature for wash water. Water over 140 degrees dissolves grease, allowing it to go down the pipes and cause problems. There is also an ordinance that prohibits temps exceeding 150 degrees Fahrenheit. It is also recommended to use strainers on sinks and drains. Now that you know how to do your part, let's look at other systems designed to help keep those fats, oils, and grease out of the sewer system. It starts with grease control devices like small floor vaults that collects fats, oils, and grease from daily operations. These interior grease interceptors should be inspected frequently and cleaned on a regular schedule. The interceptor should be cleaned at least every 14 days unless otherwise approved for a different frequency. Outside, there should be a larger compartment called a grease trap. Here, wastewater from the kitchen goes through a series of pipes and baffles. The wastewater stays here long enough for the solid grease to float to the top and the solids to settle to the bottom. The remaining water continues on into the sewer. The trapped grease must be removed every 90 days by a licensed grease hauler. Here, crews are removing the grease using a specialized vacuum truck. Once the trap is emptied and washed out, the material is then transported to the Village Creek Water Reclamation Facility for proper disposal. Inspectors from the Jefferson County Grease Control Program check these grease traps using the 25% rule. The amount of settled solids at the bottom of the tank and the floating grease on the top cannot be more than 25% of the total operating depth of the tank. If a facility fails this test, they are required to pay a reinspection fee. As you've seen, Jefferson County needs your help to stay in compliance with strict environmental regulations. Your employer is required to keep fats, oils, and grease out of the sewer system. That keeps the lines clear, the treatment system operating properly, and the resulting treated water safe and clean for everyone.